Everybody, happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. Oh, happy Valentine's Day. Whoops, wrong video. Hey, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And we want to see if we can draw somebody that all of you guys are going to love, hopefully this weekend when you go to the movie. It is the Black Panther. So he's super easy because he's got a full mask. You don't have to have any sort of anatomy on the face, and you put a bunch of black in it, so it's awesome, which is why I loved him. I just thought he was the coolest looking guy, is his big silhouette. So let's go to it real quick, see if we can do it fast for you. I did a little bit of underdrawing there. We get the head. We'll get the head in here. We'll get a little bit of a brow. Gonna give him some cool eyes because you get the sunk eyeballs in here. Let me see how big is my pen. A little bit too big. So we'll sink the eyes up in here. Give him a bridge, come up in here, and then he gets the eye on the other side. Again, when you're making eyes, to me, when you're making slits, they're basically triangles, and the smallest piece is always on the outside. Never put the small piece on the inside. Always make it on the outside, so it looks like he's always frowning and looking kind of cool and badass. All right. Then we're going to have to come in here with a jawline here, right? So here would be the jawline. It comes up in here. It would come into the chin. Up in here, and then you can build just a little bit more of a jaw that meshes up in here, right? So you don't want to make it too skinny. It's in there. Come up in here, give him a jaw, and then we'll start curving it back, and we'll come up in here and give him a nice, strong looking look, right? So we're gonna look cool. Gonna look cool. And then we're gonna give him the back of his head, make it nice and thick up in here. This is the skull coming up in there, and then it's going to sort of taper into his neck, obviously. So we'll just give some lines here, cut some lines, cut some right in here, come up in here, and here's the rest of his neck that goes up in here. All right. Now, here's the thing. He can look a little bit like Batman because, remember, he's got the ears, right? So, but what you do is you take Batman ears and you crop them. So what you do is you make them flat. And then that sort of gives you your Black Panther. See how they're a little stubby? Be the same on the other side. Just come up in here, make them stubby, and then come in here and get rid of these lines here. So they're there. And you can see just by doing that, is you pull it back just a little bit, right? You're going to get the Black Panther just because you got the stubby ears. But here's the thing that's really kind of cool, is that now we're going to lay in the blacks. Would be this. Yep. So now we're going to lay in the blacks here. So you start with his nose. So let's get up here. Let me get a little bit bigger here. We're going to get up here. So you start with his nose. So and the mask usually would come down in here and pull down into his mouth. But to me, the way that Jack Kirby always did it, and a bunch of other guys when I was growing up, was it would just pull from the nose. So if this was sort of like where the tip of the nose is, it would be right here. Obviously, you're going to have, you know, your blacks up in here, and you're even going to have, you know, the rest of the nose coming up in here. But you want to basically start it right up in here. And then you've got to now start building sort of light. And so the way that goes is you build, let's say, some chin and some cheek areas up in here. You come up on the other side, build the cheek on this side. Put some highlights in. I'll come in a little bit later. Cut in some little blacks in here. Black, 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 and then we're going to get really big up in here. We're going to come up in here. Maybe I'll even do some little shading up in here. Let's see what this looks like here. There. I hit it. Bam. Kind of cool. Then we come up in here. Get some more black up in here because it's going to be his temple. And now let me shrink it just a little bit because now we need to get underneath. We need to start building some of the muscle structure that's going to be up underneath his neck. But I don't want to go completely black because otherwise I'm going to lose the chin. Up in here. And then you just start filling in the black. And as you guys know, you know, whatever you don't fill in as black, you're going to basically drop in as a blue. And then it's going to come off as that sort of dark, cool look that he had. Here's going to be the shoulder muscles over here. Right, put them some over here. Let's come up over here, and then we're gonna draw the chest. Let's do the chest sort of big and strong here. I'll go here. Bam. Come up in here. Do some more chest. finish it up in here a bit. Bam. And then we're going to get some cool stuff here in the shoulder. The other shoulder is going to come up in here. All right, now I can come back in here with my pen. Oh, hold a sec. The inside of this ear, Todd, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? There we go. And now I can come back in, and this is where we can start adding sort of some of the cool sexy. So now I can add some of the smaller lines and the small wrinkles. I can add some feathering up in the nose. I can add something up in here that comes up this way. I can taper this cheek down just a little bit if I want to sort of fade this out. And you start adding a little bit. I think my pen's a little bit too big. But you just start adding just a little bit of the components that make it just a little bit more believable, so it's just not all a bunch of sort of big chunks of black line. Come up in here. And then build his collarbone. Let me make it a little bit smaller so you guys can see. Build his collarbone, his shoulder, his other shoulder. Right here, fade it. A little bit of fading up in here, some more lines up in here. And I'm missing a bunch of lines because I'm trying to do this quick, as we always try to do, so we don't bore you, so you don't have to watch this too long. But you're starting to get the sense of how you can build this guy up fairly quickly to be the Black Panther. And then what you can do too is once you add all these little components, is that then you can come up in here and now you can cut some white into it. And now I go back into the white, and this should just finish it off just a little bit of just giving you just a little bit of movement here, a little bit more wrinkles up in the eyes, a little bit more definition. If you want to add some stuff there, a little more muscle structure down here. So let me see if we can see it here. So now we're starting to get it. Might want to cut a little more definition in this ear, a little more definition in this ear, and you just sort of get there, right? So anyways, that's how we do it. And given that it's also Valentine's Day, right? You can take this drawing and send it to your sweetheart. All you need to do is just add like this simple element here, right? Boom, we get the heart. So now I heart you, and then you just leave a nice little message down here. We love you, BP, not the oil company. It's here, and then at the very end, if you want, you can even sign your drawing to your sweetheart and put a little heart in it too, and some X's and some O's, and they will love you for it. So that's it for today. You guys now know how to draw Black Panther. Go home, try it again. You can do it quick. Bye. Have a good Valentine's Day. Bye.